What's going on, gang? We got some breaking news. These two animals that you see right here in front of me are responsible for the death of their 1-year-old son, Prodigy.
Bringing your side, the only news team inside Jackson Municipal Court this morning, where the mother charged in connection to the beating death of a 1-year-old boy is granted a $10,000 bond. Yolanda Hunter appearing in court today on felony child abuse charges. The bond in this case is one the Jackson Police Department's deputy chief describes as a, quote, slap on the wrist. Brendan Hall here now with reaction. Brendan?
No cameras were allowed inside the courtroom today, but there were plenty of eyeballs, including those of more than a half-dozen law enforcement officers. Those who were there for their own municipal court hearing were warned to control their emotions as they'd witnessed some high-profile cases, including the one we were there for.
Just 4 days before Christmas, a 1-year-old boy was rushed to the University of Mississippi Medical Center with a massive amount of trauma and bruising to his body. Nearly a week later, 3 on Your Side was the only outlet with a reporter inside Jackson Municipal Court, where the child's mother, Yolanda Hunter, entered in handcuffs and exited with what the Jackson Police Department's deputy chief describes as a mild punishment.
I was very disappointed. To me, $10,000 in a felony child abuse case is most definitely a slap on the wrist.
The 1-year-old was found here at the Sunset Apartments in West Jackson unresponsive. According to Hunter's attorney, that's where her client left the child under the care of her boyfriend while she took one of her other sons to get dialysis. When Hunter left the apartment, her attorney says the 1-year-old was eating and drinking and didn't have any bruises. But Deputy Chief Banks appears to disagree.
The child actually had new and previous bruises to the body. The new bruises and old bruises could have happened at any time. I mean, that any time over in the middle of the night, anytime that morning. We do know that Yolanda was there before she went to dialysis with her other kid.
While Hunter's counsel claims she has no criminal history, 4 other children to look after, and a full-time job, Banks says,
I can concur on what Chief Wade stated earlier during the week. It's not an isolated incident. A person having a job does not determine whether or not that they could commit a crime or not.
Hunter's boyfriend, Herman Coleman, also known as Herman Arthur Gardner, is also charged with felony child abuse, but he remains on the run tonight. Meanwhile, Hunter's other 4 children have been released from Child Protection Services to their grandmother. I'm Brendan Hall, 3 on Your Side.
Mississippi, but it happened in the state of Mississippi. The mother supposedly dropped the child off in front of someone's house in a serious condition. The child was beaten so badly that the cops who responded to the scene could barely find a place that they can touch the child to safely, transport him because his body was beaten so badly. Now, we don't have details on what happened. But we will definitely keep a close eye on this case and bring you the further details once we get them. But I was just saying to myself, man, you got to be an animal, man, to bring a child into this world and then be so upset with that child that you will want to cause physical harm to it. That's why I don't know where they do that at. But it's women like this and it's men like this that you should always make sure you avoid. I mean, I know sometimes we like what we like, but sometimes you have to make sure that you with somebody who's going to be stable mentally and physically, you know what I mean? And financially too. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But you definitely don't want to get involved with animals like these, and people like this shouldn't even be allowed to procreate. It's just sad to see something like this. I got a 2-year-old myself and a 12-year-old, and I'd be hurt, you know what I'm saying, if something like this were to happen to mine. So yeah, man, just another crazy story brought to you by the gang, and we'll definitely keep you guys updated in a minute.